And welcome back to Where's My Tail, everybody. I'm Brant.
I'm Lisa.
And this is WMT's weekly comic countdown episode number 9. And this one is a solo countdown. Lisa, you didn't get your books finished, and we've got we'll talk about that next week with next week's countdown number 10. We got an announcement about the countdown, so look forward to that. But Lisa's just sitting in with me. If she's read something, she's going to talk about it. But otherwise, she's just here for support.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. All right, so I'm just, as usual, going to do my top 10. And if there are any Marvel books in the top 5, I will give away digital codes. I will tell you guys right now that there are 3 Marvel books in my top 5, so you'll get at least 3 digital codes this week. So there you go. Starting with number 10, Patsy Walker, aka Hellcat, number 3, I believe. I like this issue.
Number 3?
Yeah, number 3. It's the bed bugs.
Oh, okay. I did read it.
Yeah, I know you did. I did like this issue, but because of the bed bugs thing, it took it way down. So it did make my top 10. I only read 17. I'd only read 12 by the live show. I read 5 more books after that, but it still managed to stay in the top 10.
That's good.
It's number 10 though.
He warned me that it was really gross, and so I didn't read it one night, and I was like, oh, it's really gross, I don't want to read it. And then I read it, and it was like, you made it sound a lot worse than it was.
She was about to call me a wuss. I could feel it.
No.
You were. You were thinking it. I just told her not to read it right before she went to bed because it's all about bed bugs. Of course, I get a lot more creeped out about bugs. I read it right before I went to bed, so I was like, ugh. I felt all creepy crawly. I didn't like that part of it, but it's still a cute series. I have a lot of fun with it.
Yeah,
So.
I like it.
All right, so number 9 for me is Justice League number 48. Sorry. A lot of people had this like in their top 5. Even like the commenters and everything, everybody loved this issue. And I did like the issue. I enjoyed it. It's part 8 of the Dark Side War, if you guys don't know. And the art in this book is really good. I'm trying to find a really good page that showcases it. But I don't know. I think there's a good double page spread. It's gorgeous art. I just think I'm tired of the story. I'm done with Dark Side War. I want it to be over. And that's kind of my thing. It's kind of bringing my score down for it a bit.
It's really close, isn't it?
Yeah, it is really close. But it was a well written book, very well illustrated. I like the stuff they were bargaining with the crime syndicate and stuff. You're way behind on this.
I'm gonna read it probably.
Yeah. So I did enjoy the story quite a bit. I'm so tired of it. That's all. All right, number 8 for me, Street Fighter X G.I. Joe, number 1. This was lower, and people are going to be like, G.I. Joe, was that low on your... Because I'm a huge G.I. Joe fan, but it's because it wasn't what I expected. I explained this on the live show. I was expecting a meteor story, and it turned out to be a fighting book, which is fine, and now I can accept it as what it is and just enjoy it for that. But I wanted a little bit more out of it, and I didn't get that, so it kind of brought my appreciation for it down a little bit. But I don't know if you even looked at it. Did you look at it? It's an oversized book, and you get all the fighting things, and they do the fighting screens like in the actual game. So you guys, so that's kind of cool. And then in the back, they give you all this extra content. First, there's a letter from the writer, which I kind of found out that he's a wrestling fan like I am, and he does a podcast. So I started following it, and there's like all these. The previous matches that we did not get to see in the book, all the previous fights in the tournament, and then there's like, I don't know how familiar, there's like a bracket. I don't know how familiar you are with G.I. Joe, but on the back of G.I. Joe figures, there would be these cards, these dossiers.
Yeah.
And they did that for certain characters in the book, and I assume they're going to do them in every book. So I thought that was a really nice touch. Did you know that Larry Hama, who writes the G.I. Joe series, wrote all those bios on the back of the action figures? He did. Alright, so number 7 for me is Silk, number 5. I love this book. We talked about it in our haul when you guys see that.
I really like this one. It might have been in my top 5, so you should give away the code.
Oh, okay. I will give away the code then, as we're talking about it. I did really like it. I don't know, I liked other books better, that's all. What did you like so much about it?
I like the art a lot.
Yeah. Veronica Fish, new Archie artist, by the way. Love her art. Go ahead.
And I don't know if you're not going to spoil it.
Okay, no, I won't spoil it.
Then I don't think I should.
There's the code.
There was a lot more with Black Cat in this issue.
Silk number 5.
Which I liked.
Yeah. It was cool. I like that she's a little bit more together than we've been led to believe too. But yeah, I like the culmination of it. That they didn't drag that particular thing out with her being part of the Goblin Army.
I was worried that they were going to.
I was too. I kind of dreaded reading that issue just for that, but I'm glad it was wrapped up pretty quickly.
Yeah.
So my number 6, falling just outside of my top 5. I'm gonna make sure I'm right. I got those out of order. That's what happened. Okay, I was confused. Yeah, because I was torn between this one and what ended up being my number 5. But this made number 6, Faith, number 2 from Valiant. I really like this series so far. I like the first issue better than this one, personally. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
Sorry, I was trying to remember because I read them back to back.
Oh, okay. This one, I mean, obviously the first one was more set up and stuff, but this one was more about her doing this story on her ex from Harbinger and everything, and then, you know, what happens at the end with the cliffhanger, the lamb.
Yeah.
So, just so you can separate them in your mind,
Yeah.
which one it is, where she visited.
Yeah, there was a lot more with the ex-boyfriend in this.
Yeah.
Which, there was maybe a little too much of that.
Yeah, that's, I think that, I agree with that. I liked her story better in the first one, but I still did enjoy it quite a bit, so I would recommend checking this out, guys. Especially if you were a fan of the Harbinger series.
Yeah, I want to go back and read that now.
Yeah. Alright, so now we're to my top 5. Number 5 for me, what that was, Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur, number 4. I really love this book. This is just so fun. And this whole issue, she was like going back and forth with Totally Awesome Hulk, and he's like going on and on about how he's the 8th smartest person in the world, and she's like, you're just a big dummy, you're not showing any of that.
It's funny how many times he said he was totally awesome.
Yeah, it was totally tongue-in-cheek, on the nose.
Fun at it.
And I love, anybody that's a longtime Marvel fan knows the Yancey Street gang. The Thing from Fantastic Four has had many tangles with them.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, I figured you didn't, but they're a big thing. They're like this little sub-story in Fantastic Four and stuff. And the fact that the cavemen, I forget what they call themselves, but they get in a battle with the Yancey Street gang. It was kind of funny. Nice little nod to longtime Marvel fans. And then, of course, the battle between the Hulk and Devil Dinosaur was pretty cool, too.
Yeah.
Alright, so this isn't the top 5, it is a Marvel book, so you get the digital code for Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur, number 4. Alright. Now we are to my number 4, which is not a Marvel book, but it is Batman and Robin Eternal, number 21. The reason this one, because for weeks now, this book has not even been anywhere near my top 5. The reason this one is because I actually really love the origin story of Mother. I love the parallels between her story and Bruce Wayne's and how they took divergent paths. I thought that was poetic. I thought it was handled really well. I love that reveal. So.
Yeah, I did too.
So,
and how she used her stories to sort of shape the other kids.
Yeah. Exactly. She felt like, she would, and I think that's why she approached Bruce Wayne, because she felt that connection. But that's why he was able to dupe her early on too. So I don't know. That's really solid writing. I don't care what anybody says. That was solid writing. So
the art was really good in that issue.
Literally.
As well.
Yeah, it was. It was very good. It was Tony Estino on the art, like you said. All right. My next 2 books are Marvel books. Number 3, top 3, all new, all different Avengers, number 6. I thought this book has really picked up in the past couple of issues because it was a little iffy there early on, but there was a lot of things to love here. I love the Nova Miss Marvel relationship throughout this book. That's probably been my favorite thing since day one. They're them and Spider-Man together.
Yeah, that's what made me want to read the book.
Yeah,
it was that little story, and was it a .1?
It
or
was
something.
It was actually the backup story in the first issue, I think, or maybe it was the 0 issue. I can't remember which.
I don't know. It was something.
Yeah.
It was like yeah, I don't know, but I liked it.
Yeah, and I like this stuff with Thor and Sam Wilson too.
Yeah.
I thought that was, especially the way they closed it with him going to the hospital.
Yeah, I like that somebody knows now.
Yeah.
It's like she's so alone.
Yeah.
And I hate that.
Yeah, now she's got somebody that she can confide in and everything. So I thought this was and I love that they didn't prolong the Vision story where he was evil. I mean, obviously that's not a spoiler. He's on the cover. Beware the Vision. So I love that they resolved that pretty quickly. And there's the code. This is all new, all different Avengers, number 6.
Like that scene where is it Kamala? Is that her name?
Yeah.
She's like writing
fan fiction, yeah.
for the Avengers.
Yeah, I did enjoy that quite a bit.
Cute.
Yeah, it was. All right, so top 2, number 2, all new XMen number 5. Did you read this one yet? Okay, I didn't want to spoil it for you. I love the way that the whole progression of Angel and Wolverine's relationship. Reaching that climax to where he's like, at the end of this, he's like, I want to break up. I can't handle this.
So sad.
Yeah, it's sad, but it's understandable because he literally sees her die.
Yeah, and she doesn't care.
Yeah.
She doesn't seem to understand why it bothers him.
Yeah, well, I mean, she's a Wolverine. Of course she's not going to understand.
But she should have
a
little bit of understanding.
There's a really good scene, and I'm going to spoil this a little bit, but she is coming back, and she's like popping her bones back in place, and he's just like nauseous trying to watch this, and I feel for him because he's sitting there watching her literally die and be beaten to death over and over and over again, and he's just to the point where I cannot handle this. Maybe he needed to man up, maybe she needed to be more sensitive, whatever the case may be. They just were not meshing, and it comes to that point. But some gorgeous art here too. A nice battle with the Blob. Beast didn't do much in this issue. They mentioned I liked Kid Apocalypse in these scenes with Iceman. I do agree with the crew on Frontline though that they are throwing the whole body thing in our face way too much. But I did like the interaction between him and Kid Apocalypse.
Yeah.
I thought it was a nice little kind of confiding in moment kind of thing.
I think it makes a little bit of sense to keep talking about it because of so many people that were so against it. Trying to build it up that like it's an emotional thing, that's why you can't like flirt with the guy at the convenience store, and it's not an easy
and
thing.
Yeah, and I get that and I appreciate that. I wish they left current present Iceman alone. Just left him completely out of this whole thing, but whatever.
Yeah, what can you do?
Yeah, it is what it is at this point. But that's why this one is number 2 on my countdown this week. And so now we are here for my number 1 pick, which is not a Marvel book, so that's all the digital codes you guys are getting. You got a bonus one thanks to her. So. All right. Did I give 4 away?
Did you forget?
Did I forget one? Did I forget all the X-Men? Yeah. I just put it right back in there. I'm sorry about that, guys.
You almost didn't get a bonus.
Yeah, you almost just got what I promised. Here we go. Sorry about that. All new X-Men number 5. If I can get it to focus. Come on, focus, focus, focus. It's not focusing. Alright. Back away. Try again. There we go. Alright. So, now, my number 1 pick.
I have not read this one.
Okay, then I will try my best not to spoil.
Or the one before it.
Okay.
But it's alright.
Superman, Lois and Clark, issue number 5. Really loved this series. Really enjoyed this particular issue. It's not really spoiling it to tell you the Batman stuff wasn't, even though he's on the cover, it wasn't a big part of the issue. It was kind of a flashback to when they first came there, and he kind of helped Batman out of a jam without Batman knowing. But I think personally it was foreshadowing that Batman actually knows, because he's the detective. Of course he knows, right? So I'm thinking it's foreshadowing for something down the line that's going to happen. But they just kind of touch on that, and something happens traumatic when with Lois and her friend, and the whole Intergang thing. John, their son, kind of knows more than he's letting on too. They kind of hint again at his powers. I'll show you that. It's not that big a thing, but while they're talking, they zoom in on his ear, so you can see that he knows. He knows something.
More clear this time.
Yeah, more clear that he's.
Like in that first one where you thought he could hear what they were talking about, they didn't really.
Exactly.
Tell you.
And once you read the last issue, you'll know, like, Hank Henshaw in the pre-New 52 became Cyborg Superman. Yeah. In New 52, we don't know what his role is at this point, but we learn in this issue that there's more to him than we thought in the previous issue, so I won't spoil what that is. But overall, I really just enjoyed this book, this series. I love the dynamic between Lois, Clark, and John, and everything going on around them. I don't know. I love this book.
How many do we have left? Like, is it 10 or 8?
I don't think it's. I don't remember.
I thought it was a mini-series.
I'm not sure, honestly. I can't remember. Anybody out there in the comments? It doesn't say on the cover, so I'm not sure.
It's probably going to stop when Rebirth starts.
Probably, I would say. So, this is.
Especially if Jonathan ends up being in some Super Sons.
What was it? Sons of Superman.
Something like
Superman,
that.
Something. Jay will probably comment. I was going to say something.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No. So this month, issue 49s are coming out, which means next month, issue 50. So this is 6, 7, 8. Yeah, it might be like 8 issues. Something like that, I'd say. So anyway, that's my top 10. That's my countdown for this week. And hope you guys enjoyed it. And Lisa will be back with me for next week's countdown, and then we'll have an announcement about the countdown going forward on that episode. So you definitely want to tune into our 10th countdown next week as we talk about books that came out March 2nd.
Yep.
So love to hear your guys' top 10s or top 5s or whatever. Whatever your favorite book was in the comments below. Were you going to say something?
No, just that I have the books here. Ready.
Oh, yeah.
Just start reading.
Yeah, we recorded the haul before this, so even though this will go up first, we got all the books from the haul right beside us for this week, so we're ready to dive into those. So check us.
I'm sorry, I didn't get mine read this week.
Oh, it's fine. They understand. She's very busy. I won't say what all, but she had like 3 books come in that she had to color in a week. So she's been very, very busy. So it's totally understandable. But yeah, so check out everything else we're doing. Last Number Press will be at
Heart of Texas Comic-Con
in Waco,
Texas.
Yeah, this coming weekend, March 11th, 12th, 13th.
Yes.
So if you're in the area, come see us. We'll have a brand new book, Fairy Stories #1. Lisa's brand new book.
Yeah, we'll also have Chocolate Pancake Ninja.
We will. We'll have copies of Chocolate Pancake Ninja.
The first time at a show.
Yeah. It's the first time we'll have it in a show.
So we have 2 new books.
Yeah.
Technically.
And of course, we'll still have copies of Pneumatic Cases and Fireside Tales if you guys want to check those out as well. And of course, check out Zone 4, Comic Frontline. And speaking of LAP, we talked about this in the last video. Maybe we'll do an unboxing when the books get here. They'll get here Monday, so looking forward to that.
Yeah.
All right. So, until next time, thank you for watching, everybody. We'll see you in the next video.
Bye.